Oh my God, guys, this is my friend Jen, and she has had the same hair her whole entire life. And how do I know this? I have known her since we are kids, and this is probably one of my longest short formats, so stay tuned. Guys, welcome to Hair Tudes, raw, real, and diverse hair education. I help hairstylists become better hairstylists. Okay, guys, here we go. So Jen's been box dyeing her hair for like ever, and we are going to start off with a Malibu C CPR. For many reasons. I want to get the buildup off her hair. I want to get anything that's in the box dye off her hair. Now, Jen has had the same hair her whole entire life. So which means I'm not going crazy. If you do something like that, this is gold, guys. If you do something like that, she's going to freak out. Even though she wants a change, she doesn't want a massive change. I'm going to tell you that right now. If I do anything too crazy, she is literally going to freak out. Baby steps is the key with people like this. Small changes every single time will give you a bigger change in the long run. So I know a lot of people, when I posted my shorter format videos, one of my biggest YouTube short format videos, because she's had the same hair her whole life. People were like, I don't see any difference. Guys, if you don't see a difference, you're blind. There's a huge difference, but maybe not like I didn't give her like brown hair or something. I kept her base the same because I thought the base was good. It wasn't bad. There's a couple things I would have done different with this as well. I probably would have done her base first and not her balayage first. I felt like my toner kind of washed a lot of things out. So we'll go step by step through it. So let's go kind of back to the beginning. Here's my first section. So as you can see, she does have roots. I decided to paint her first, which I think in the long run was kind of a wrong mistake. So I'm using Oligo Pro and Olaplex, and this is my little Bali Wrap, and I use Bali Wrap to incubate the lightener that I'm putting on her hair. It keeps it moist, and it keeps it processing. There's kaolin clay in it. And so what it does is it keeps it processing in the hair. Now in this section, I am going to put some low lights. And the low lights will help the highlights pop. And I am using Oligo Pro Colura Gloss. So this is just an acidic gloss, and it will wear off in 18 to 22 washes. The darker the color, the more pigment. It is a very strong pigment. As the more I use it, the more I'm coming to find out. I've been using it for 3 years, and lately I've been having some problems with it. But it's good. I like it. It's not bad for a gloss. So this side I used the wrong side of my paddle. I like to use the side with the bumps on it, and I don't know what I did. Sometimes I'm running a lot of things. So I'm running a camera, sometimes 2 assistants, a client, and anything else that's going on in the salon. So, I'm directing as well. So as you can see, I'm taking pretty big sections because I'm painting some pretty big sections on Jen's head. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to use my fingers as like combs, and I am just going to work those sections for me. And as you can see, when I paint the section, I am just surface painting. I am not making sure that it is going through the section. I want that lightener to sit on the top of the hair. So I need to adjust my glasses because I can't see and I'm old. So just going through, and I am just surface painting. And as you can see, I keep tension. Now I'm going to add a little low light on the other side of that V that I'm placing in the head. And I'm going to bring it down, and as you can see, the tension is being kept all the way down the hair. Now I lay the hair side to side on the paddle across from corner to corner, and that way it ensures that as you can see, I just checked that I don't get any lines on the back side of the hair. If I lay it straight across, I'm going to get some lines. So now I am just getting the other side of the hair, and I am just going to do deep V's, shoestringing the hair. And you can see I did speed this up, so I'm not really manhandling her too hard. But sometimes people want to help, and I always tell them, hey guys, tight like a tiger, tight like a tiger. Tighten the bolts, tighten the bolts. Like I always think of like Frankenstein when I tell him like tighten the bolts, like tighten those little bolts in his neck. So I need their head tight. I do not want them to help. The more they help, the more I pull. So as you can see, I'm very much feathering. I work the top section adding my low lights and my highlights as I work down. I do not do the ends and then go back in. I like to work the ends last. And again, corner to corner. We don't want any lines on the hair strands whatsoever. So now I'm going to pick up this middle section, and I am just going to do a little bit of a low light on the top because this is where we want to maintain depth in the middle of the hair. And then towards the ends, just kind of brushing that through. Now, I'm going to kind of work on this last section. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see where, I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to see where her natural parts are. I'm going to lay those two pieces down, and I'm just going to leave those to the side. And now I'm going to go to the sides because I want to blend this whole top in to make it fall right. I am really going to layer the heck out of Jen today after I am done. It took me a good hour to cut her hair. I don't think I filmed the haircut though, like a ding dong. So I'm just going in and using her as a towel and painting a diagonal back. And as you can see, I am just working that diagonal back along that diagonal back around the face, and I am holding tension and I am painting it backwards and just feathering it in. As you can see, I did switch my brush to a smaller Framar brush and just pinching that in between my thumb. As you can see, I'm telling my assistant how to hold and paint the hair, taking that diagonally across the paddle, corner to corner, holding it and painting it through the midsection of the hair, and then making sure that there are no lines on the back and dropping it down over the plasticky section, just coming in and painting a little low light right in through there and putting my smaller plastic pieces. So the plastic pieces are from Sunlight's Balayage, and they come in 3 different sizes, so small, medium, and large. And along this side of the face, I do use small, and as you can see, I do wipe my hands often, guys. So if you're worried that I don't wear gloves, excuse me, I do not wear gloves when I paint hair because I don't like them. I have serious hand issues and gloves give my hand cramps. So in this section, I took like a moon section, and I am going to paint a low light because, like I said, the low lights make the highlights pop, and the more dark you have, the more the light will pop in the hair. Now I'm just buttering my board up, and as you can see, I use this like spreader thing, and that really helps make my paint really flat on my board. Now I'm just going to do like a little tip out on the edge, and I just really want to saturate it so she just gets some really face framey highlights around her face. So like I said, Jen grew up next door to me when we were kids, and she literally has had these bangs and hairdo since we were kids. Nothing has changed, and I'm so glad that she has trusted me to change her hair for her. And like I said, when people have had the same hair their whole life, it is hard to change their hair. Now, I will say Jen has maintained this hairdo, and we have changed it up a little bit more each and every time. We've done more highlighting. We've done more layers. She's learned how to curl her hair. She has really changed her look, and she just loves it. So now this is like the top crown. You can see I did a deep V up there in the top, and I am just going to tip out those ends. Like I said, I want to maintain some depth up in these areas, and I do use my Bali Wrap to protect all of those areas. Now I'm going to work some crown action off her part as well, just finding those areas that are her natural part. As you remember, I left those parts kind of like I popped it up. I found where things separated, and I left those parts. Now I am taking the pieces from underneath it just to make sure that the depth is there, and then tipping out the ends. And that's my assistant, Allie, back there, and she's mixing me up a new bowl, so I don't have to stop and keep doing that because that just adds time. So when we mix our Oligo Pro, we mix it in grams, and we mix 25 grams of balayage lightener to 5 grams of cool tone to 35 grams of 40 volume with 1/16 of an ounce of Olaplex. So now you can see I'm bringing this piece back over those dark pieces. It's just going to make it pop, guys. Those dark pieces underneath are just going to make it go va-va-voom. It's going to be amazing. And painting with balayage lightener is like nail polish. You're just going to keep layering it on. So no set kind of pattern that I have here is kind of like a freeform paint. There's a lot of patterns you can do. You can put your balayage pieces wherever you want. Now, I know these pieces are really going to lay around her face. And so I am really going to paint some bold pieces around her face. I love the way this came out. I was so disappointed with so many of the comments on the short form of this in my shorts. I mean, there was a lot of like really positive comments, but there's also a lot of shitty comments about how there was no changes. Guys, I'm going to do a before and after at the end of this, so you can really see that there is a huge difference. Maybe that minute lapse of judgment for them, they just really didn't get it. So as you can see, I took a low light and then I combined it with the other hair on top, and then I'm going to paint the big, bold blonde piece. So just go on ahead and painting. I mean, like, I know it's kind of repetitive, guys, and I'm sure you're skipping ahead, but, you know, if you are, you're just missing out on really valuable, awesome information. This was, like, one of the first videos I formed in this format. We just got our new camera. I'm still having trials and tribulations getting the content off of the little disc. I'm not computer savvy at all, guys. I need like a techie person in my life. If anybody knows one, hit me up. So now we're just cruising on over to the other side. You can see all those dropouts I did on the back of her head because I really want some bold pieces. You can see how they're feathered. You see how they're not blaring up at the scalp. And if there is any very bold pieces, we are totally going to blur those out anyways when it comes to putting on her base color, because we have to blend all that out anyways with the base color. So, hey guys, bit of a commercial break here. So guys, I have the Ultimate Toning Guide, top tips and toning. You can download it now. The link is in the description for all my hairdressers, hot tips and formulations, which will lead you to the Neoplitan series, 3 heads in 1. Guys, hair toots. It's amazing. Beyond the Blonde. I absolutely love this series. Go, link in the description. So much information in there, guys. It is my paid for content. It is amazing. So we're just cruising on here to the next section, painting in that low light just like we did on the other side. Again, with the Oligo Pro, Color Gloss. By the way, this is like a level 7 and a 7N and a 7GI, just to kind of match what she has going on here. And we're just going to go ahead and paint that in, and then just going to tip out those ends, give her that bold blonde piece around the face. Painting it corner to corner, making sure that we don't get any lines behind the pieces. I know I'm not getting any. I don't need to check it, but you know, if you're new, just make sure you check those behind pieces because you don't want to have any lines, because that would be the worst. And then you have to go in and blend it out. It's a big pain in the butt. So sometimes I do paint the underside with a low light, and then I will come in and paint the highlight on the other side. And you can see Allie filming my short form content on the other side. There's so much going on in the salon so many times, guys. So just painting that again, and then we're going to get to the top. As you can see, I'm looking what I did on the other side. They are sisters, not twins. They don't have to match exactly. But as you can see, I do little corner pointy sections, and I just kind of find little pointy sections, and I find them, and I paint them, and then I will go in. And wherever you find a corner, you have a ridge. And when you have a ridge, you can point the ridge, and ridge adds strength to your paint. When you paint a ridge, it just adds so much more strength than if you paint a flat panel. It almost makes it more three-dimensional. So when I cut hair, I walk around the person, and when I paint hair, I move the person. Probably because I got all my stuff on my medical table over here, or my chef's table. I remember when I first bought it, somebody asked me if I was doing autopsies. I'm like, why did you want one? It was weird. Anyways, so we're almost on our last section. We're going to get to the bang section soon, and I'm going to show you how I do that bang section. So, guys, don't forget to use the Bali wrap. It's super important to incubate your sections. I do like Candy Shaw's Bali wrap because it does incubate, and it folds over, and you can kind of crinkle it up, but it doesn't stick. There's a difference between Bali wrap and regular like saran wrap, because regular saran wrap has oils on it. It can get kind of heavy. You don't want to use it. Get the poly wrap. It ain't that expensive. Okay, so there's that bang. So we are going to make a tube out of the poly wrap, and as you can see, I'm going to place it underneath her bang, and then Allie's going to come with a piece of longer poly wrap and just kind of connect it and stick it over the other stuff. And I'm going to pin some of her bang back, and just so it has something to sit on. And I am just going to paint a couple of lowlights there, and then I'm going to get in and paint some singles on her bangs and just tip in some highlights. Now you want to put that little piece of poly wrap there just because you do not want the lightener in her eye, right? Probably not a good idea, guys. So just painting in a couple of those pieces, and then I'm just going to kind of tuck those over to the side, and then I'm going to come in with another piece of the wrap, and I'm going to fold it over and tuck it in so it's not in her face. So we are having a good time. Me and Jen always have a good time. Like I said, we are pretty good friends, and I have known her since I was 10 years old. I am so glad that I got to change her look, because I think it took years off of her, and you will be able to tell in the end that she is just ecstatic. There was another thing people said, that she didn't look like she was happy. Maybe I chose the wrong photos, because she was so effing happy. It wasn't even funny. She was like ecstatic with her new look, and so was I, and I thought she looked beautiful. Thank God she didn't look at the comments, because some of them were so rude. Anyways, so guys, we're getting to the end here of this paint. So we are going to rinse her. We are going to stop oxidation with Malibu CDX, because shampooing hair does not stop oxidation. Did you ever put on a toner, it turns purple? And that's because you didn't rinse out and get all the lightener out of the hair. So now we're going to fast forward. We rinsed all that. Now I am going to speed this up. Now, I use Magic 10. Magic 10 is a 10-minute hair color. It works really fast. It is non-progressive. I have 96 shades. It is amazing. It works really fast. So I was very careful about where I placed it. I did want to blend out any sort of like heavy balayage lines, and I was very careful about where I placed that hair. Now I am using like a level 10. I used like sand, and I morphed it, and I used fixed, and I diluted it, and I still felt it was a little too deep. I should have went lighter. I should have used more fix. I should have probably morphed it. I probably should have used a 3-to-1 mix. I felt like it kind of took some of my lightener away, but it was fine. And how I rectified this is when she came in next time, I threw some more highlights in around her face for free. I am wanting to make my clients happy, and she was happy with the color, and I wasn't. And because I wasn't happy with it, I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to fix it for free. I am not going to charge anybody for fixing anything. And as you can see, I am still going in and painting lowlights, because I still was not loving it. And that might have been a little bit of it too. I have no problems expressing my faults in life, and where I can improve with my hairdressing. Now, if you think you know everything, then I'm probably not the educator for you, because I am always learning. I've been doing hair for over 30 years, and I will tell you that I am always learning, and I am continually learning. I just fucked up 2 people's hair recently, and I've been doing hair for 30 years. I had a toner over grab, and the other one I wouldn't say that I messed up, but I think what happened was my assistant didn't stop oxidation after I told her to stop oxidation. I don't know how many times. And she let the black bleed into some highlights that we had going on, and it just covered it all up, because black's the most powerful color in the world. So you can see I'm still adding more lowlights here, because I wasn't loving still all the lowlights that I put in. This is like a color correction, guys, and sometimes things just don't go, the way you want, and sometimes shit just happens. And, this is where my next paid course is kind of coming in. And I feel like I have like 30 years behind my belt of working with clients. And, I always say some client always leaves a new policy up in my chair, and I have got policy after policy. And if you want to learn any of those, that leads to LifeStylist coaching. And that's my next endeavor, guys. And that launches in February. And you can get on the wait list for that in the link in the description. You can get on the wait list. You can get a copy of my deposit guarantees and my no-show policies and my late policies. Just click the link in the description. So as you can see, I also put foils down just to protect the ends. I don't want it flying over and going onto my other color and leaving like spots, because it is a 10-minute color. It is highly pigmented. Guys, if you want to learn more about Magics as well, there's all the links in the description. So again, and I also love my frame art brush for color melting. This is one of my favorite things to use. So, and also if you want to visit the salon, the link is in the description for that. And if you like and value my content, guys, don't forget to follow me on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, all the good stuff. I appreciate you guys to also like, follow, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Okay, guys, so we're heading towards the final section, just painting in that color. So I did base her with 600 and 1.5 ounces and 600, which has a bit of a gold reflect, 0.5 ounce, 21 volume. They have a little bit more of an oxygenated volume on that. Guys, here is her before. Jen's hair before, and guys, here's Jen's hair after. I think it looks effing amazing. Look at this shag. Look at the smile on her face. She is so happy. Sassy AF, guys. I absolutely love it. She absolutely loves it. The dimension, the highlights. It looks absolutely beautiful. Guys, we are inside in the studio. If you like and value my content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you love this video, don't forget to check out these 2 videos right here. Guys, we'll see you later. And don't forget to hit the ding dong.